Felly, Dafydd, gallai gofyn i chi agor y drafodaeth.
Diolch yn fawr. Nos beth i chi, gai ofyn i chi just gymryd rhyw chydig eiliadau i edrych mas trwy'r ffenest ar y chwith i fi ac ar y dde i chi. Just i chi gael edrych am beth dyn ni'n siarad. Yr adeilad yna yw Cynulliad Genedlaethol Cymru, fel y gwyddoch chi. I enw fo yw'r Senedd. Mae o'n adeilad tryloyw. Mae pawb yng Nghymru yn gallu gweld beth sy'n digwydd yna. Fe ai gorwyd o gan ei mor hydy y frenhines ac fe gorwyd o gan Edwina Hart a fi. Ond o ddifri, y mae'r adeilad yna wedi dod i gynrychioli y ddemocratiaeth newydd sydd wedi sefydlu yng Nghymru drwy ddatganoli. A'r cwestiwn fyddwn ni'n tybio i'w ystyried yma heno fel i bawb sydd ynglyn â'r etholiad yma, yw sut y mae hyrwyddo a parhau i dyfu y ddemocratiaeth yna. Datblygiad cyfansoddiad Cymru a defnyddioldeb y cyfansoddiad i bobl Cymru yw'r pwnc yda ni'n ei drafod. Ac yn yr ymgyrch yma, dwi wedi canolbwyntio ar bwysigrwydd yr etholiad nesaf sydd yn dod ger yn bron ni, yn enwedig yma yn Ninas a Sir Caerdydd, lle y mae grŵp Plaid Cymru mewn llywodraeth. A mae dda gen i weld arweinydd y grŵp Neil McAvoy ac eraill o'r ddinas yma heno. Yn ogystal â'r etholiadau lleol ar gyfer dinasoedd a siroedd drwy Gymru, fe fyddwn ni'n wynebu etholiadau San Steffan ar Fyrder, ar ffiniau newydd. Ac yma yna bosibilrwydd cry yna eto i ni ennill 4 o'r seddi sydd wedi dylunio fel petai ar ein cyferni gan y Comisiwn Ffiniau. Ond mae'n rhaid i ni fod yn etholadwy a chynnig rhaglen sydd yn gredadwy i hynny ddigwydd. Ond falle mae'r cwestiwn nesaf hefyd sydd yn bwysicach i mi, sef beth fydd cynnwys, beth fydd yn digwydd pan fyddwn ni'n llywodraethu. Sut y byddwn ni'n ymdopi yn ein cymunedau a newid hinsawdd? Sut y byddwn ni'n delio gyda effeithiau y newidiadau difrifol sydd yn wynebu ni drwy'r greadigaeth? A sut y byddwn ni hefyd yn defnyddio yr argyfwng economaidd sydd wedi effeithio arno ni hefyd i greu'r swyddi gwyrdd yna sy'n mynd i ddod â ni i greu swyddi parhaol drwy'r argyfwng economaidd sydd yn wynebu ni. Ac yna, ar ben hynna i gyd, wrth gwrs, y mae cwestiwn, beth sy'n mynd i ddigwydd i'r Deyrnas Unedig? Wel, di hwnna ddim yn broblem i fi, achos mae gen i ryw fath o syniad o hanes. Diw'r Deyrnas Unedig ddim wedi bod efo ni mond am ryw gwta ryw 200 mlynedd. Roedd yr Rufeiniad yn y Ffrinconwy, lle dwi'n byw am o leia 4 canrif. Oeddech chi, mae'n eich edrych ar y pethau yma yn y persbectif hanesyddol. A bellach gan bod yr Alban yn ceisio cael cyniatad i ofyn y cwestiwn sut fath o wlad fydd hi os bydd yr Alban yn wlad annibynnol, yna mae'r cwestiwn yna yn sicr yn adleisio drwy Gymru, Lloegr a Llanrwst. A dyna ni adre. Diolch yn fawr i chi am wrando.
Elin, croeso i chi anna gynulleidfa.
Diolch yn fawr Cadeirydd a noswaith dda i chi gyd. Dwi eisiau perthyn a dwi eisiau arwen plaid fodern ac uchelgeisiol. Un sy'n siarad â phawb yng Nghymru, un sy'n ymladd etholiadau mwyn llywodraethu yng Nghymru, ac sydd â nod clir a chyffroes i weld Cymru'n wlad annibynnol, lle mae ffyniant economaidd, cyfiawnder cymdeithasol a chynaladwyedd yn greiddiol iddi. Gyda chynhedlaeth newydd o arweinyddiaeth ac o wleidyddion, yna fe allwn ni fod yn rym gwleidyddol gwirioneddol. Dim ond rhan o lwyddiant unrhyw blaid gyfoes wrth gwrs yw y mecanwaith a'r cymhelliant, yn bwysicach yw'r weledigaeth wleidyddol yn pitch ni, yn neges ni i bobl Cymru. Mae angen i Blaid Cymru gytuno'n derfynol ar fanylion ein gweledigaeth dros Gymru annibynnol lwyddiannus. Mae siarad am annibyniaeth yn syml, ond dyw e ddim yn hawdd i wireddu. Odyn i ni gyd yn cael yn cyffroi gan referendwm yr Alban, Ond dwi'n rhybuddio pob un ohono ni i beidio gadael yr hyn sy'n digwydd yn yr Alban i'n twyllo i gredu fod yr un trywydd yn dilyn yn automatig i ni. For Wales, allwch chi ddim darllen Scotland. Fel Plaid, felly, mae'n uchelgais ni'n uchelgais gwleidyddol radical, ond mae rhaid iddo fe hefyd fod yn berthnasol i fywydau pob dydd pobl. Fedrwn ni ddim bod yn rhamanteiddio'n ddiddiwedd am amnibyniaeth, tra fod pobl yn becso am talu biliau neu am gadw i swyddi. There should be no higher priority for Plaid Cymru than to see our communities rescued from this recession and to improve the longer-term economic prospects of our country. Our political opponents want to accept the inevitability of our country's poverty. It suits their political positioning. We reject that inevitability of poverty. We have the natural resources and the motivation and inspiration and innovation in our people to be a successful economy. I have a vision for our second industrial revolution, again utilising our natural resources, our wind, tide, water and land, but this time with the profits and benefits accrued to the people of Wales. We need the energy and water powers devolved to Wales urgently to start this work. Carwyn Jones wants no more than powers up to 100 megawatts devolved. That's peanuts, and would leave most renewable energy projects in Westminster control. You can quantitatively measure Labour's ambition for Wales in megawatts, no more than 100, whilst Plaid Cymru's ambition is 1,000 megawatts and more. With focus and hard work, we can get our party machinery right and we can articulate a clear political and economic vision to the people of Wales. All of this is within our control. What is outside our control is how the people of Wales respond. In the past, they've responded to us with varying degrees of revulsion, toleration and support. We must gain the confidence of the nation. We're not someone's one-time protest vote. We are a mainstream left-of-centre bilingual party believing in enterprise and social justice. We must act that way and allow our actions to break down the barriers that have prevented people's support in the past. My leadership will be about broadening the appeal of Plaid Cymru. Yes, I may be a Welsh speaker from the West, but my politics speaks to the whole nation in any language. Broadening the appeal of the party is not a geographic or a linguistic exercise. It is about leading on the issues that matter to the majority of Welsh people, not the minority. If we're in this game to appeal to the minority, then we may not well be in this game at all. We are the only party that can break the one-party state domination of the Labour Party with its stifling hold on Wales. I stand before you tonight not merely ready to lead Plaid Cymru, but ready also to lead Wales and to become its First Minister. If the party leader doesn't have that ambition, what hope is there for the party to truly challenge for government? Carwyn Jones holds no fear for me. Yes, he stands up for Wales, so he says, but it's a hands in his pockets, leaning against the wall kind of a standing up. My job would be to take that wall down and to watch Carwyn come tumbling over. So finally, why me? After 20 years as a Plaid Cymru member, 4 years as a government minister and 12 years as an elected politician, why do I think I'm the best person to lead Plaid Cymru? Leadership requires the right mix of character, experience and ambition. That's what I offer. Choosing a leader is singularly the most important decision for any modern political party. You can get it right as the Tories did in 2005 when they elected their Cameron, or you can get it wrong as Labour did in 2010 when they chose the wrong Miliband. I don't ask for Plaid Cymru members' support on the basis that you see before you a safe pair of hands. Yes, I know how to win tight marginal elections, and yes, I've taken tough ministerial decisions and defended them in difficult circumstances. But I want support because you see before you a bold and ambitious politician, the first government minister ever to call for Welsh independence in a Plaid Cymru conference in 2008, the first elected Plaid politician ever to outline a clear timetable for our own Welsh independence referendum. 20 years ago, I joined Plaid Cymru, wanting to play a small part in helping Wales become a successful independent country. That small part became larger than I expected it to be. 20 years later, I'm now ready to play the leading part and lead a team of talented politicians and a party of thousands, so we can continue to build our party, so we can build our nation, and to finally become that successful independent country. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Lian, it's your turn.
Diolch yn fawr. Noswaith dda I chi gyd. The 2008 banking crisis has meant that politics of the old way can be no more. Great fault lines in the capitalist model have been exposed and whole countries face bankruptcy. Just look at Greece. Welfare provision that we previously took for granted is being removed, exposing some of the most vulnerable people and the most poor in our society. And to add to this, climate change and peak oil and the predictions about food scarcity in the future, then we have a pretty potent mix which will require all of us to reappraise our political priorities in a way we've never had to do before. We need to plan now to ensure that the young people who are not able to get a job at the moment do have some hope in the future. We need to plan for public services for a time when fuel prices are beyond the reach of the many. How will people access services if they can't afford the fuel to travel to them? And with our vast natural resources and ability to create renewable energy through wind, waves, water and the sun, we must make our contribution to world efforts to combat climate change. And we must use those natural resources to bring economic benefit to our people. Control over those natural resources and the land that they are on, like the land held by the Crown Estates, is a key question for us. How can we benefit from our natural resources when we have no control and very little say as to how they are used and exploited? I've said that Plaid Cymru's top priority should be jobs and the economy. I've advocated real independence for Wales so that we can finally break with a system that's keeping us down. But I'm not just for constitutional independence or independence for its own sake. Real independence is a means to an end, not the end in itself. It's independence so that we can protect those things that are important to us, our communities, our language, our social provision. The gap between the richest and the poorest continues to widen in a British economic system which continues to allow the bonus culture and offshore tax havens. The UK Cabinet contains 22 millionaires, while Labour talks about responsible capitalism. Plaid Cymru could offer a different alternative, a different course of action that doesn't consign Wales to become even poorer when compared to countries elsewhere. We want to build our communities from the bottom up. We want a successful economy where everyone who can work does. We can only have that successful economy when we have full control over the means by which those changes can be made. Wales can be a success. There's absolutely no reason why not. We've learnt to be too weak. We've learnt to be too poor. And it's time we learnt to be prosperous and strong. We're unlikely to see a strong and prosperous Wales without a strong, united and determined Plaid Cymru. I hope to lead Plaid Cymru, to lead Wales, down the prosperous path that we deserve. Diolch yn fawr.